Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to unpack the key insights from some really interesting sources just for you. And today, it's quite unique, actually. We're looking at a very personal case study. It comes from a young learner, just 13, asking some deep questions about his family, his health, his own, personality, and karma. We're going into some specific life stuff, and it's, well, surprising spiritual connections. Our mission to pull out the insights on how past actions might be shaping things right now and maybe even the future.
Yes, and what's remarkable here is the level of detail in the answers provided in these sources.
Mm.
It gives this incredibly clear picture of cause and effect, not just in one life, but stretching across lifetimes. It really shows how everything, even small things, kind of weave into this larger karmic pattern.
Exactly. So let's start with the boy himself. He's 13, and incredibly, he's been deep into spiritual practice since he was 4. We're talking regular almsgiving, daily chanting, meditation. He's even been a novice monk 4 times, attends the temple every single Sunday. Really dedicated.
Quite unusual for his age, that level of commitment.
It is. But then he's also very honest about himself. He says he's stubborn, uses some pretty strong language like foul-mouthed is how it translates, or having a marketplace mouth. Admits he's addicted to games too and says he's hyperactive, can't sit still.
Right, and these traits, according to the sources, have some clear karmic roots. Let's say the foul mouth and the gaming. These habits, they create mental static, basically. Friction with others, too. The harsh words, that's verbal karma, makes it hard to concentrate, scatters the mind. It can even lead to, receiving abuse back or physical harm, maybe in this life, maybe later. Or even things like having unattractive teeth or skin problems.
Wow, that direct.
Apparently so. And spiritually, it can mean ending up in, let's say, less ideal rebirths, maybe near what's called the Fuma realm, rather than a higher place like Puri. The game addiction is seen more as, well, wasting valuable time that could be used for spiritual growth or just learning useful things.
Okay. And the solution they suggest?
For both, because he's already aware of their problems, it's basically cold turkey. Just stop completely.
Makes sense if you already know it's bad for you. That's quite something, though verbal karma affecting your looks or future realms makes you really watch what you say. Now, what about the hyperactivity? He actually wondered if he'd been a monkey.
Ah, yes, the monkey question. No, the sources are clear. Thankfully, not a hunky. It is leftover karma, though, from a past life where he apparently enjoyed drinking alcohol, but just moderately for fun.
Just for fun, not getting drunk.
Exactly. Enough to feel a bit hazy, as the source puts it, enough to dance and sing all night. But that seemingly harmless fun created this karmic echo, manifesting now as restlessness, the hyperactivity.
That's fascinating. So even moderate fun can leave these very specific traces, things you wouldn't even think twice about.
Precisely. The advice for dealing with it now is to really stick to the 5 precepts every day or the 8 precepts on holy days and just give up all vices entirely in this life.
Right. It really highlights the subtle, long-term effects of even small habits.
Yeah.
Oh, and before we move on, there was that lovely detail. He remembered seeing a big Buddha image in meditation when he was 7.
Yes, that's confirmed in the sources as a genuine auspicious vision, a really positive spiritual sign for him to remember and, hold on to.
Okay, let's shift focus to the family now, starting with his father. An intelligent engineer, did well, loved his family, but he also drank and smoked. And tragically, he died when the boy was only 5. Lung abscess, then late-stage cancer.
Yeah, the father's situation is quite layered, karmically speaking. His short life, the cancer, and particularly the skin reactions he had. The sources describe it as his body feeling like it was burning from an allergic reaction to medication. This is linked directly back to a past life.
Okay.
In that life, he was a soldier. He killed many people and significantly burned down numerous enemy homes during wartime.
Right.
That specific act of burning is tied to the burning sensation on his skin. And, well, the killing led to the short life and illness.
Wow. That's incredibly specific karma. The burning houses leading to burning skin.
It is. But there's another side. The good deeds he did later really mattered. He built 4 Buddha images for himself, his wife, his 2 sons, and later helped build one for the main dome at Maha Dhammakaya Satya. Because of that significant merit, he was able to pass away peacefully while actually listening to Dharma teachings.
So the merit eased his passing.
Absolutely. And after death, he was reborn as a handsome diva, a celestial being in what's called Davadomsa Heaven, Phase 2. He's received all the merits the family sent. He's happy and remembers them.
That's a powerful story, the starkness of the past life karma, but also the impact of the merit later on. Okay, let's talk about the boy's mother. She's faced quite a few challenges. Chronic pain, really bad morning sickness with both kids, like 9 months straight each time. A tonsil surgery that almost went terribly wrong with bleeding, and relatives giving her a hard time about her charity work.
Yes, her karmic picture is definitely complex. Let's break it down. The chronic pain, the body aches, described as a wind disease in the source, sort of general discomfort that comes from a past life habit. Apparently, she used to hit animals, like dogs and cats if they got in her way, just lashing out in anger.
Hmm. And the morning sickness, that sounds extreme.
It was. And the cause is quite interesting. In a past life, she tried to help a pregnant relative by making her some herbal medicine. Good intentions, right?
Yeah, sounds helpful.
But the relative had a severe allergic reaction, causing terrible, prolonged morning sickness. So the mother's action, though well-intentioned, led to suffering, and that created this specific karmic result for her own pregnancies.
That's a really key point, isn't it? Good intentions don't always negate negative consequences, karmically speaking.
Exactly. It shows how complex and sometimes unpredictable karma can be. It's not just about what you intended, but the actual impact.
Okay, what about the tonsil surgery? The bleeding?
That's linked to a couple of things. Karma from past lives, where she slaughtered animals for food ducks, chickens, that sort of thing. And also a pattern of arguing, talking back to elders, a combination.
The sources also mention she accidentally killed some chickens as a child.
Yes, hit them with an animal feeder, apparently. Well, maybe accidental, it was still new karma, adding to that existing pain pattern. Interestingly, the sources add that those chickens, in their previous human lives, had also killed animals. That's why they were reborn as chickens. They died too fast to hold a grudge against the mother, though.
Okay. And the difficult relatives who criticize her giving.
That links back too. In a past life, she didn't often invite her own relatives to join her in doing good deeds. And she didn't make a specific wish to be reborn in a family with right view, a supportive spiritual environment. So her choices then shaped her support system now.
It really shows how interconnected everything is, who you share merit with, the intentions behind actions. It all matters. But there's something positive for her future, too.
Yes, very much so. She's been celibate since her husband died and has a strong wish to be reborn as a man so she can ordain young. The sources say this is quite possible. Her past karma related to lust is apparently almost exhausted. If she maintains her celibacy for the rest of this life, that path could open up for her.
Okay, let's look at the wider family. The grandmother, yay! She likes playing cards, sometimes secretly, only stopping for Buddhist Lent. She prepares food for almsgiving, but doesn't do the giving herself.
Right. The card playing, while maybe not making her a gambling ghost, as the source puts it, isn't great. It clouds the mind, keeps her away from, wise influences, creates an environment where vices can creep in, could lead to lower rebirths.
And the advice.
For the family to gently explain the downsides and to pray, she finds the will to stop. As for preparing the merit food but not giving it herself, the result is subtle. She gets to use resources and wealth in life, but she doesn't truly own them. The analogy used is like being a chauffeur for a fancy car. You experience the luxury, but it's not yours.
That's a great analogy. It really clarifies that distinction. This is a big contrast to the great-grandmother, Ya Chwad. She's 95, still strong, cheerful, busy, always doing spiritual things, chanting, daily alms, watching Dharma programs.
Exactly. Her current state, healthy, happy, spiritually active at 95, is presented as a direct result of her consistent positive karma and practice over a long time. A clear illustration.
Now, there was that detail about the family dog howling when the monks come for alms.
Ah, yes. That's not just random howling.
Yep.
According to the source, the dog sees the spirit of the late grandfather.
The grandfather spirit.
Yes, he's apparently now a Frommathiwa, a higher type of celestial being, but he's still lingering near the house, especially near the grandmother. He's there partly to receive the merit the family sends, and interestingly, he apparently disapproves of his wife's card playing. He's doing okay, received the merit, but still feels connected to home and to her.
Wow, even spirits have opinions on card games. Okay, briefly, there's Ago, the mother's senior friend who lectures the boy sometimes.
They have a long history. Ago, the boy, his mother, they've been connected across many lives. Relatives, friends, always supporting each other spiritually. Kind of like a spiritual support group through time.
And the uncle, Lung, Ago's friend, he's done amazing things like funding 100,000 Buddha images, huge merit. But he's called a junior millionaire, capable of more.
This is about mindset again. The sources say his mind is essentially only open this much. He has the capacity, the potential for much greater spiritual attainment and, well, the merit that brings wealth, maybe even becoming a supreme millionaire. But his current aspiration, his vision for making merit, is limited to that junior level. It caps his potential because his own mind isn't aiming higher, even though he could.
So your own internal setting, your aspiration can limit the results even of great deeds. That's quite subtle. And finally, the monk the boy respects so much, Freyajarn.
A very profound past. Back in a previous Buddha era, he was a royal guard. His king ordained and he followed, serving as senior monk his entire life, perfectly content. He made a wish to continue that path, reached high spiritual states, and has actually come back from Dusapuri heaven multiple times. This is apparently his third round trip. Shows incredible dedication over ages.
Amazing. And the family overall?
The boy, father, mother, brother, they have consistently been provisioning forces or spiritual benefactors for the community in past lives. The boy and his brother often ordained, sometimes short-term, sometimes even for life. That inclination is strong in their karmic stream.
So, wrapping this up, this deep dive has given us some truly incredible specific insights, how karma works in ways that are sometimes, well, counterintuitive, intentional, unintentional actions, all rippling through lifetimes.
Personalities, health, relationships, even spiritual potential. It's such a detailed tracing of cause and effect in these personal stories.
It really brings up a crucial point, doesn't it? Sources hammer home this idea that everything, actions, words, even thoughts, leaves a mark, an imprint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a call to be more mindful, really. Not just about the big things, the obvious good or bad deeds, but the everyday stuff, those subtle choices, the habits. They add up and shape our path in ways we might not realize immediately.
And what's great about looking at it this way, through this family story, is how it makes these universal principles feel very real. It's not just theory, it's about recognizing these unseen connections in, potentially our own lives too. So to you listening, this has been a unique deep dive into a personal karmic landscape. We hope these insights offer some clarity, maybe a fresh perspective on your own journey. And here's something to think about. If things we often dismiss as just quirks or bad luck or even accidents might actually have a precise karmic reason behind them, what does that suggest about the power we have right now? If you started to trace back your own habits, maybe your health patterns, your key relationships, what kind of stories might emerge? And more importantly, knowing that, what seeds would you choose to plant differently starting today?